So, good morning, good morning. It's morning, blimey. Well, it's morning where you lot are. Anyway, it's not morning where I am, it's lunchtime. But we're back again. Big game today. Yay, we've got Chelsea. Happy days. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on. We're going to speak about Granit Xhaka, Hector Bellerin, whether we're ready for the start of the season in less than 2 weeks. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on.
Sorry.
We're going to speak about Granit Xhaka. Jez has got me on in the background.
Sorry.
That's all right, mate. How are you, Jez? You good?
Yeah, all good, mate. Yes. I say it's a bit more of an acceptable temperature now. I mean, today it's about 18, I think, which is fine. But the sun's just coming out now, actually. So hopefully it'll be a decent day.
Yeah, nice one. Yeah, it's better than being in the mid-30s, mate, because you start melting in England when it's that hot, didn't you?
Not for me. But, well, I say be a good day. We've got Chelsea later, so
mate, I'm going out for the day. They ain't ruining my Sunday, mate. No chance. How are you, Kenny? How's London right now?
Well, you know, like the capital and it's all good. You know, like I said, and the rest of the country is all good. I think what's happened is that the BBC have finally shown their true colours in terms of what they're really interested in showing the public with the Olympics is the athletics. There's always been about the athletics, and apart from that, the coverage has been a bit poor. But you know, I've had a good week. You know, gone running. I'm like Jez. I'm not going to let Arsenal spoil my day. Pre-season football is what it is. Pre-season football. You know, I've got a lot of. I hope all the fans that go to the game really get excited. You know, and look. You know, do what they love to do, which is meet their friends and watch a bit of football. But don't take the results seriously. Don't get worked up. Just remember, it's all about the 13th and the 31st of August.
100%. What is it? 12 days until we kick off against Brentford. It's funny because I was speaking to Dan. Dan's actually going to the game, hence why he's not on it today. But he's going to the game, and we were just texting before I come on. He was saying, like, you know, he made a good point that we're probably worse off squad-wise than we were last season, yet we've signed 3 players. Because the 2 players we've let go, in Guendouzi and Saliba. You know, you could say that Guendouzi at this current moment in time was a better player for Arsenal than Lokonga has been in his 2 games, but it's only 2 games. So on that level, I get what he was saying. But like, let me start with you, Jez. Like, what have you made of this transfer window so far? Because we've only signed 2 backup players, Lokonga and Tavares, or Tavares, as Kenny would call him. And then obviously we signed Ben White, which was the marquee signing of the 3. But we haven't got rid of anyone, apart from Guendouzi, Saliba and Mavropanos and a few kids that we're nowhere near first team football anyway. And we're 12 days to go. What have you made of it all? Like,
it's just the same old Arsenal, isn't it? You know, we're linked to every player in bloody Europe. And it just nothing changes, mate. And I've got no ambitions at all that we'll get anybody better in. I mean, the fact we've still got Xhaka and Bellerin still here. I did read this morning, though, that Kolasinac trying to terminate his contract. So that's one good thing. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, why is it Arsenal have to be so slow at doing any business, and it just drifts on and it drifts on, and the point that we can't get rid of dross players because we overvalue them. You know, if we don't want the player, like Xhaka, although like watching your stream last night about offering him a new bloody contract. I mean, what is going on? For God's sake, the bloke has been so disrespectful to Arsenal fans, as we all know, and that Roma were in for him. But we can't agree a value. Just sell him. He brings nothing to the party. Well, I mean, you know, Bellerin. I mean, yeah, go to Inter Milan and go on the catwalk. You know, that's what you want to do. So get out there, because it just really gets on my nerves. You know, I'd sit here and I go look at Sky Sports, I listen to your stuff and read whatever, and it just goes on and it goes on and it goes on. And I'm thinking, do something. You know, act like a big club, like we are supposed to be. I don't know, honestly.
And that's the thing, yeah. Like, me personally, when we signed Ben White, and it was official. And I've been saying it for a couple of weeks anyway, because I always sit on there, as you guys know, yeah. I always sit on there and I say, act like a big club, like you just said, yeah. I think with Ben White, we have acted like a big club in one way, because even though he's not worth 50 million quid, we've wanted him that badly that we've paid over the odds for that player, which is what big clubs do. Yeah. Chelsea did it with Kepa. Yeah. Paid 70 million. He went 70 million. Barcelona did it with Coutinho, Ousmane Dembele and Griezmann and loads of others. Yeah. Bayern Munich do it, but they do it in a slightly different way because they just pay stupid astronomical wages rather than a massive fee. Yeah, because normally they nick their players for free off Dortmund anyway. But big clubs do tend to overpay for the player they want, and I'll give Arsenal credit for that, because we wanted him that badly. We've gone and done probably double what he's worth. Yeah, but hopefully it works out. But then on the other side of that, we don't act like a big club, because for me, like you said, Xhaka, they offered 12 million and 3 million add-ons. Well, just take it then. He don't want to be here. He's told us all to jog on before. Like he's disrespected us on the pitch, off the pitch, yeah, and 12 million quid plus add-ons. Yeah, cool. Take it. See you later. That's already paid for Lokonga, then, isn't it? Yeah. Now you go again and get your next player. As for Bellerin, I'm baffled, mate. I'm actually baffled, and the fact that we're trying to offer both of these new deals if they stay shows how much of a mess we're in. Yeah. What do you make of it, Kenny?
Well, I think, yeah, I'm definitely in agreement with both yourself and Jez. I think in terms of like the first point with Ben White, it is a play that we definitely wanted, and I think in terms of tactically, I get why Arsenal would maybe Mikel would want him, and the England international just shows you that as you said, people may not like the price tag, but the fact is that Arsenal really believed that they needed him moving forward. Both short term in terms of trying to get us up the table to challenge for Europe in the top four, and long term, in terms of succession. Who knows? Maybe a future captain. Although we feel that Kieran Tierney's earmarked for that. But in terms of like Xhaka and Bellerin, the elephant in the room is blatantly obvious, right? They don't want to be here.
Yeah,
Bellerin must have been, and I say this with great respect, must have been well pissed off, watching Spain in the Euros, and again he's not part of it, and he's thinking, well, if I went to Internazionale or bigger club, maybe Enrique will look at me, because people say, oh yeah, but Traore Wolves was in the squad, but he didn't play any games, did he? So in that respect, I think what the club are doing with Xhaka and Bellerin is calling their bluff. If you really want out, then force to move and forego your loyalty bonuses. So that way we're offering you a new contract, and this is our way of saying, right, this is a challenge. You want out, and the clubs that you supposedly in for you, like Roma, I suppose in the Nationale, a list of, we always hear Bellerin, a list of clubs. Well, these lists of clubs, if they really want Bellerin and Xhaka, then pay more money. Or the players who, if they're not happy, force a move, put a transfer request in, and we get the deals done, reduce the fees, and you can go. It's up to you. It's chess. No one wants to give up any money. Roma don't want to pay the fee that Arsenal are demanding. Arsenal don't want to accept what Roma's going, and the players don't want to lose their loyalty bonuses. It's just, this is going into the 11th hour league. It's really going to the 11th hour. And you're going to have to be prepared that these two players will highly likely feature in the games against Brentford, Chelsea, and Man City. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be here on the 1st September. And I hope that's the case, because I think we do have to move on for them. They're poster boys of our decline, and I don't mean our decline since Wenger's there, but they're poster boys of our decline since we stopped being a Champions League club. So I fully agree with you. It is time to go, but this is the 11th hour thing. Arsenal are what I call an 11th hours club. They react. I think that they want to see how it goes. They want to see if there's an offer for Lacazette. They want to see how badly results go. Then they'll panic buy. This is why Arsenal Football Club love a transfer window, because they know they love going into the 11th hour, because they're a reactive club, not a proactive club.
Yeah, it's mad, yeah, because like you said, it probably will go to the 11th hour, and Bellerin's got Bellerin's got 2 years left on his contract, and so is Xhaka. So if you cast your minds back to when Raoul was here, he said with Vinay, anyone going into the last 2 years, we'll offer them a new deal, and if they don't want it, we're selling them. Yeah. So I find it hilarious that both of these have got 2 years left. They're both linked to Italian clubs. Both the Italian clubs don't want to pay for them the money we want for them. Like apparently Inter want just an option to buy him instead of an obligation. They want him on loan, yeah. And then obviously Xhaka, we want 20 million and they're offering like 15 or something. So now we're going to go, well, actually, yeah, we'll keep you, mate. Yeah, and we'll give you a new improved deal. I mean, to me, that is just so backwards. Like if either of them two players stay, that is a disgrace. Yeah, for me, that's a disgrace. Because number one, like you said, Kenny, yeah, they're both poster boys for our decline since Champions League football. Yeah, Granit Xhaka especially. Yeah, in fact, actually, you could probably give Bellerin a bit of a pass because when Bellerin was playing Champions League, yeah, we were half decent at the time, and he was part of that team. Yeah, I wouldn't say we were great, but he was part of a half decent team. But then since Granit Xhaka's come here, we've been shit. Yeah, like literally shocking. And our midfield just gets ploughed through by the weakest of teams, man. Like if you look at Aston Villa's midfield, even without Grealish, their midfield's better than ours.
Yeah.
Like, how can that even be a thing? It's Aston Villa, for fuck's sake. Like, and no disrespect to them because they're a massive football club, yeah. But how can Aston Villa have a better midfield than us, even without Grealish? Right, I just it's baffling. And if either one of them two players are still here, with or without a new contract, then that's just shocking. I'll be fuming, like real talk, because they're not good enough. They've both wanted to leave, and then we've kept them. Yeah, surely if you've got something that you could do without, yeah, which Arsenal can do without them, and they both want out, surely you just go, fuck it, we'll just get what we can from and move it on, wipe our hands and move on, yeah? It seems like we're just trying to nick an extra 5 million on them, yeah, which is going to hinder us getting the money, hinder the deal, and then we're going to go with the same midfield that finished 10th or 8th, last season. Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah, very true. And the thing is, though, agreeing with what Kenny said, do you remember the 11th hour with Wenger, who we got? Arteta.
Mikel Arteta.
Yeah. What a great buy that was. And now we have him as our coach. I mean, it just sums it all up, doesn't it, really? We just got total lack of direction at this club. And I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. It stems from the top all the way through. It's a bad cancer in this club. And until it's cut out, I don't see us going anywhere, personally.
No, I agree. I think that the problem for me is that the fans, as a majority, accept it. Yeah. And I talk about Chelsea all the time. Did you see Rob Holding's quote about Chelsea the other day? We don't want to aspire to be like them.
Yes.
Like, excuse me? You don't want to win the Champions League?
Yeah.
Like, that is the mentality. But the thing is, when I read the comments on that particular tweet, that I can't remember what big outlet put it out, all the comments going, yeah, we don't want to be like them. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And this is the problem we've got. Yeah, we can sit here and say, right, we want to win everything. We want them to do what they promised us when we smashed that stadium down. Yeah, right. But there's, for every one of us, there's 100,000 people that have just lapped this up, and that is the biggest problem we've got. Yeah. This club is finished, mate, at the highest level. It has been for a long time, and I suppose we've got to accept it because that's how it's going to be from now on. Yeah, and the thing is, like, us three have seen the good times. We're kind of lucky that we have seen some good times, really, because there ain't going to be many more coming up. But we still hold the club to that high standard, whereas it ain't like that anymore. Yeah, and it's like, I don't really want to drop my standards, but maybe I should drop my expectations.
Never, because the minute because the minute you drop your standards, you become like these guys. And because I say this with the greatest respect to a lot of them. I can't tell them how to live their lives, but come on, a lot of them now, it's blatant. They're blatantly go to matches as part of a social situation, and an extension of their daily conversations on Zoom and WhatsApp, and that's great. That's fine, but not everyone. There's a lot of people who go to Arsenal who don't have many friends, who don't have that luxury. They go to Arsenal because this is all they got. It could be the postman who lives at home with his mum. It could be the guy, the old block boy who, his kids are left home, his wife's died, but he goes to Arsenal and he has none. But this is all he has, and he's desperate for a win. It's all about all of us. You know, you shouldn't be philosophical about how the clubs become and just think, oh, well, blah, blah. You know, at least we've done it before. At least we've seen it. And, you know, you can't be spoiled by success and you can't feel entitled. Well, sorry, what are you here for then? What are you here at football for? Why do you support a big club like Arsenal for? You know, your grandchildren don't want to hear you talking about Thierry Henry, you know, Petit and Overmars and, you know, Frank McClintock. Because as far as they're concerned, they're seeing Chelsea win the lot. They're seeing Liverpool win the title at Cantor last season, the season before. And they've seen Man City clean up. So they're going to support Man City, Chelsea, Man United because of the name, and Liverpool, except for their Arsenal. So unless we sell the club properly and demand higher standards, then we'll lose a generation of fans. Because it's not like West Ham fans where West Ham do it. That's why I like West Ham as people in their club, because despite where they are, they sell the club to generations. So, for instance, if a bloke moves out of Hornchurch and moves to somewhere like Norfolk or Yorkshire, his kids will still support West Ham because that's how they sell the club, and that's what I want for Arsenal. I want continued success where we can sell it to our youngsters.
But do you know what the counter argument to that is, Kenny? Yeah, like how many global fans do West Ham have in comparison? Because West Ham and Arsenal back in the day, West Ham more so probably still now is more of a local community football club.
That's how West Ham like it, though. West Ham like it like that. West Ham, if you look at the club, the most insular clubs, I could put Man City in that category, although because of excess, they've now got global fans. But you know, Man City fans hate the Champions League. Reason why do they hate the Champions League? Only they know. I suspect it's because they want to keep it within the enclave of Manchester and North West, and they feel their clubs being something they don't know. We know Everton fans feel that whenever Liverpool fans come to like to Goodison Park, or Everton fans go up to Anfield, the first thing they ever sign, Liverpool fans, welcome to Merseyside. So it's those sort of things that the enclave, some clubs don't want to be global clubs like Arsenal. But again, it's about selling the club. And the only way you sell the club is holding high standards and winning. That's how you sell a football club.
You're spot on. And this is the problem. Just you said a minute ago, it stems from the top, yeah? Like, the thing is, like, I'm not going to sit here and scream and shout about the owner, yeah, because like Kenny, we've been on protests about this owner, yeah, like we've been there. We've done it with Wenger, we've done it with the Conkeys holding banners and all that one, yeah. That was what 7-8 years ago, 6 years maybe, whatever it was, yeah. He's still here, yeah. And the thing is, like, if you actually look at how much money this club has spent on players in the last 5 years or 6 years. We've spent more than most teams in this league. I think only Man City and Man United have outspent us in that time. Yeah. And that is actually insane when you look at their squads, yeah, compared to our squads. And we've done, when you look at Chelsea's squad and you compare it to ours, and we've done more money than Chelsea in that time. Yeah.
We may have spent a hell of a lot of money. Let's say we're just behind Man City, but look at what we buy. We buy crap. You know, that's the problem. They buy world-class quality players. We don't. I mean, can you name, in all honesty, can you name the last really world-class player we bought?
The last world-class player we brought? Well, when he was world-class, when we signed him, he was world-class. Yeah. Or
Well, they're going to say the guy from Gelsenkirchen. They're going to say him. It's true, though. They're going to say the guy from Gelsenkirchen. Yeah, it's true. Don't you? You agree with me, don't you? Just sure you agree with me that they're going to say that the last time we signed a world-class player, Arsene Wenger signed the guy from Gelsenkirchen. They're going to say that.
But let's even say that that's the case, yeah? Even though I'm going to disagree on that. But let's say that is the case, yeah? It was 2013. We're in 2021. When we're 2/3 of the way through it nearly. That in itself sums it up, doesn't it? Like, that says all we need to know. Now go and look at Man City, Man United, buying player after player after player. Yeah, in that time, think how many players Man City have brought that are world class when they've signed them. And Man United and Chelsea. Yeah, and that's the difference. But I don't know. I think that, you know, it's very easy to beat the owner with a stick and say, like, it's your fault, yeah? But Man United have got shit owners as well. Let's not forget that. Yeah, but they still go out there and buy proper footballers a lot of the time. Yes, they've still got a lot of shit as well. Let's not forget that. But they've gone out there and brought one of the best youngsters in world football for £1 million more than we bought Pepe for. Yeah, so, you know, that's a brilliant signing. They bought Paul Pogba, yeah, for 90 million quid. They've still got shit owners that they did 90 million on Pogba, because the way they dressed that deal up and the way they bigged it up, he was at the club before, Pog back and all that one. Yeah. And it's like, we don't seem to have the negotiating team or the people that actually, I don't know what term you'd use for it, but the people that actually sell this football club for what it is. Yeah, it's just like when Ben White did his interview, yeah, and I still don't know who interviewed him. That was the fucking worst set of questions I've ever heard anyone ask a footballer.
Well, that was Frimpong, wasn't it?
Well, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the questions were embarrassing. Yeah, and Ben White at one point in the interview, because I only read the transcript. In the interview, he said, "Yeah, I spoke to Arteta quite a lot during the summer, and I've got good vibes." What, are you here for the vibes then, mate?
Mm.
Yeah, because that's the first thing I thought in my head. What, you got good vibes? What, you here for vibes? Well, because Saka's here and he's your mate in England. Like, do you know what I mean? There's a couple of other English lads here, Smith Rowe and that. What, you can have good vibes? We've seen that with the German core, mate. Yeah, with Mustafi and all that dancing around the fucking dressing room like clowns. Yeah, I don't want good vibes. I want winners. I want people that come with that winning mentality. You know, listen, I hope he does well, Ben White. I really do. And I think he will be all right. But we need to get rid of that idiot at right back first. Otherwise, he's got no hope, has he? Let's be honest.
One of the things that strikes me with Arsenal, and I've seen this now for probably the last 10, maybe 12 years, it's all so comfortable. Mm. It's all so nice. Yeah. Come to Arsenal, because we're lovely people at Arsenal. You know, yeah. we will look after you, and we you know, you don't get in trouble with us, and it's all cozy. We're all really happy here, and yeah, I mean, you don't have to try too hard, really. And that is one of the things with Holding, the likes of Bellerin and Xhaka again. These players, it's just so nice. Mm. I can probably guarantee you that in the days of George Graham, it wasn't nice.
Oh, 100%.
100%. 100%.
Which game was it? Was it Lee Dixon's first game? Where he said that Adams and Bolden that grabbed him up, or was it Keown? I can't remember. And he said it was his first North London derby. And he said they fucking grabbed hold of me by the throat in the dressing room before kickoff and said, "You need to understand, we don't fucking lose this game." Yeah, we go out there as Tottenham. You need to understand what this game is. And that's like Lee Dixon's just come to the club. Yeah, and he's now got two big fucking lads throwing him up. And that's one of his teammates. I bet that shit don't go on anymore. Yeah, but that's like, whoa, fucking hell. Like, welcome to Arsenal. Like, we win here, mate. We don't lose, we win. Them days are gone, man.
Yeah, but I think what's happening is that it's down the mentality down. I think what's happening is that, you know, Arsene, a very calm person, and he genuinely believes. He always believed that a player, you could always tell a player's personality on a football field. And he didn't like that kind of, you know, in your face, you know, having a go at the team. He liked calm, and he wanted the players to go out in a mentality where, you know, like they're still going to be able to play their forward, you know, play their attacking football, and still, if they're making mistakes, that's fine, but keep on carrying on. I think that's been Arsenal's mentality, and I think that's the way. It's still Arsenal's club in terms of the mentality and the players. They want a calmer situation where, you know, everything's buddy. No one falls out of each other. No one, and unfortunately, when people don't fall out of each other, sometimes you're an easy street. And I think that's what it's been, because the mentality of the football club was finishing the top four, and you had a great season, and Arsenal's still a great manager, and he's doing wonders despite all the travails we have in terms of like paying off the stadium and City's money and Chelsea's money. That's the mentality, and it's going to be very, very hard to break that mentality. But I think football's going that way in a lot of situations as well. Players are basically, tails that wag the dog.
Mate, you're right. And listen, Wenger done some good bits at this football club, but convincing this fan base that fourth is a trophy completely killed the mentality of this football club.
Yeah.
For me, that was the minute. Yeah, when he sat there and said fourth is a trophy, and he puts it above the FA Cup, I was like, you're taking the piss. Because now what's happened is you've put that out on a global platform, to millions of fans that idolise you, and idolise the football club and the players and stuff like that. And now that mentality has carried on and carried on and carried on and carried on. So now when you see people in the street and they're Arsenal, or you see them or hear them on the radio or on the TV, they always talk about, Arsenal need top four. Arsenal needs, everything's now top four. Fuck top four. I want first. Yeah.
But you know what, Lee, you know what's happened though? Again, the reason why top four is good enough for Arsenal is because I think what's happened, Arsenal Wenger's biggest mistake was when we're at the top four, the reason why fans are angry is that when you're at the top four and that's your level, in order to appease fans, you go that next level, said, right, that's we challenge for the title. Like, for instance, Man City have won the lot, but their aim is to win the Champions League. Abramovich, as soon as he won his first two titles at Chelsea, it was a Champions League, which is the next best thing. Because remember, Ancelotti won the double a year later because they got knocked out in the Champions League quarter final against Man United. He was gone, and it's the same with Sir Alex under Man United. When they were winning leagues, it was always that another night in Barcelona. It was always the Champions League. And I think at Arsenal, the situation, Arsene Wenger wanted the Champions League, but mentally, and the mentality set was that we stayed in their lane instead of aiming higher. And that's why we wanted him sacked, because we wanted that next level. We never said the top four was crap. We said we wanted the league and to build a team to win the Champions League. And that's why we wanted him sacked.
Fact. And mate, some of the stuff he used to come out with was hilarious. Like when he did that interview with Jake Humphries, and he goes, what's the crack with Arsenal? He goes, where's the next level? He goes, the next level's the next level. It's like, what does that even mean? Yeah. But it's like I said, I think that people get it. You've just explained that very well, because fourth wasn't good enough. It was good enough at the time. But like you said, we moved Stadium to compete at the very top, not fourth. You're not scrambling in and having St Tottenham's Day and all that crap on the last day with the phantom goal and all that shit. Yeah, it was funny at the time, but guess what? Yeah, now go and win the league. Yeah, when you win the league, now go and win the Champions League. And like you said, the top clubs do that, man. Like Juventus have gone out there, they've sacked Pirlo after winning 2 trophies and finishing, where did he finish? Third, fourth, whatever it was?
Third, yeah.
Yeah, sacked. Yeah, and then they've gone and got Allegri back, who they now guaranteed wins a title next season. 100% he wins the title. Conte's fucked off from Inter. He's gone back there, back with a title. Yeah, and that's the difference with a top-tier club and just an average-tier club, because Pirlo is more of a legend than Arteta will ever be. Yeah, and Pirlo's not only a Juve legend, he is a football legend. Yeah, he's one of the greats. Yeah, and they've sacked him after 2 trophies. Yeah, and I just think that showed the difference of the mentality of our football club and their football club, because I'm sure their fans were going absolutely nuts when they're getting battered even there, and they're down in 5th and they're struggling to qualify for Champions League last season. I'm sure their fans were going mad. Yeah, whereas ours would be like, oh, well, give him a chance. He's won 2 trophies. Like, no, sack him. But the process should be a club process, not an individual's career process.
The thing is, Lee, is it sums it up, really, the lack of ambition and the way Arsenal have lost their way. If it's still Arsenal, as it should be, as it was years ago, where we finished last season, Arteta would have been gone. No question at all. And if that had been, George Graham did great stuff at Arsenal. If he'd done that, he'd have been sacked. Hillwood and that lot would have sacked him. No question. And that's what I say. I'm not blaming the Clonkies here. I'm talking about the Arsenal board has no lack of direction. They cannot negotiate anything. They can't get anything over the line. And they are accepting a lack of ambition, and they are accepting that this is where Arsenal are. And all time people like that are in control, Arsenal will achieve nothing.
100%, man. Big up to everybody watching, 750 watching live. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel. I'm about 130 from 60k, which is kind of mad.
Come on, do your thing, guys.
Exactly. Kenny's told you, so now you got to do it. And make sure you subscribe to the Morley Gunner channel. The vlog's dropping tonight. I don't know what time because I'm popping out. And everyone asking me if I'm doing a watch along for the game. No, I'd rather shit in a bag and punch it than watch us play Chelsea in a pre-season friendly.
Or you can watch the lovely athletics. You know, the 100 meters and everything. Just watch some nice athletics.
To be honest, I'd rather watch Love Island.
Bloody hell! Don't
I've not watched it.
You know, you can go and watch some boxing. I don't know, but anything but, you know, our pre-season game, innit? I'm sure there'll be loads of watch-alongs on that.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a load of people doing watch-alongs. I'm not doing it. I refuse, number one, to pay for that game. Yeah, why should we have to pay for a pre-season friendly?
It's only £8, Lee.
Yeah, but now it's £8. Now let's say 1 million people do it. That's 8 million quid, Kenny. Where's that 8 million going?
Charity.
No, it's on Granit Xhaka's new contract.
Yeah.
I'm not paying for Xhaka's new contract. No chance. Make sure you follow Jez's Instagram and Kenny's Instagram. They're both in the description, so make sure you click on both of them. Let's talk about this game before we wrap this up. Literally got about 15 minutes left. I am on with Matisse, Toby, and Corey at midday. So in 20 minutes, I'm leaving here and going straight over there. So make sure you come and join us on there as well. But Jez, what are you what are you expecting? Like, as it stands, I ask you this every time we do one of these shows. Yeah, like, what are you expecting as it stands? Because we haven't got rid of any of this dross. We've got Ben White. I think is going to be in the squad for today's game. I don't know whether he's going to play. I doubt it, but you never know. He was in IB for last week, so I doubt he's going to be fit enough to play football. Chelsea, obviously current Champions League holders, they've not really done much business either. But obviously their squad's light years ahead of ours, and they've got a proper manager. Where do you see this game going today, and where do you see us going forward into the season in 2 weeks?
I think today will be a loss. I think I'm going to predict 2-0 Chelsea. I've got no ambitions there. I think next season is just going to be the same old, and all the time we keep stumbling along with Fraudteta, then we're never going to achieve anything. I just think, you know, we were talking earlier about the 11th hour transfer window. I don't think Arsenal have the ambition to do that anymore, to be honest. I mean, we all know that when we got Arteta in at 11:15, when Wenger bought him, it was a panic buy because Arsenal were heading down the wrong street back then. And be honest with you, I've got no ambition. But if Arteta is still here at Christmas, mate, God help us. Because I think it could be a worse position we finish in next bloody this season. Be honest, you know, we haven't got rid of the rubbish in the club. They're still here, as you and Kenny both quite correctly said before and earlier in this stream. If they don't want to be here, fuck them off out of it and sell them. Yeah. If it means you only get 10 million for Xhaka, okay, go, bugger off. You know, put that 10 million back in the pot to do business with whoever else we want to get. But no, I think it's going to be. I really hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. I think it's going to be another depressing, sad, miserable, boring Arsenal season.
I don't disagree. If you look at our defence, we've signed one centre back.
Yep.
Yeah, which is better than Rob Holding. But let's be real, we're probably all better than Rob Holding. The geezer got jumped by fucking Raheem Sterling, for God's sake. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We've then signed a backup midfielder. Okay, cool. Well, that's not made us any better because we've allowed one to leave on loan. So we're there or thereabouts the same. And then we've signed a backup left back that no one's ever seen play football. Yeah. So are we actually any better? We've still got the same midfield that finished 8th. We've still got the same defence that finished 8th. We've still got the goalkeeper that finished 8th. We've still got the strikers that can't score and finished 8th. So how are we going above 8th? I don't get it. Kenny, what about you, mate? Give us some positivity, Kenny.
Well, I think today's game, you're going to see a relatively strong Arsenal team today, because the reason is that I think we're ahead of our preparation, because I say it's a great respect. Not many of our players went to the European Championships, So obviously you won't be seeing Xhaka. You're going to be seeing Bellerin. You're going to see Aubameyang and Lacazette. You're going to see Partey, Watford, Leno play. So what's happening is that the fans are going to see a relatively strong team. In terms of Chelsea, again, you're not going to see players like Werner, because he was with the German side. You're not going to see Rudiger, and you're not going to see players like Mount. But Hudson-Odoi will be playing for Chelsea today. You'll be seeing Mendy. He'll be playing. So they'll have probably not as strongest squad as Arsenal. So it'll be a game. I think fans will take something from it, because it's Chelsea and because it's an Arsenal. Because there's it's because they've gone there. They're going to want to win, and if Arsenal don't win, then what will happen is that minds will wander towards the lack of activity or what they deem as lack of activity in the transfer market. So there will be meltdowns today if Arsenal lose. There will be, and deep anger. There was anger when they lost against Hibernian. There was anger when they drew against Rangers. And the people did pick the bones out of the friendly games with Millwall and Watford. For instance, people picked the bones. A certain person in this panel picked the bones out of the Watford's equalised, didn't they, Lee?
Yeah. That was when Leno did Leno type things and passed the ball straight to a guy with 4 players around him in our own box. He's 5 foot left of the goal.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? And then people are trying to convince me it weren't Leno's fault. Well, you can see the whole pitch, mate. Boot it. Yeah. We've seen that all season with him doing it with Xhaka. It's like, so you're going to give it to El Neni instead. Like,
but in terms of the season moving forward, again, I've said it once and I'll say it many times. It's when it's akin to when you're doing your GCSEs and you're in the 4th year. The 4th year is the start of your coursework, and they tell you it's the most important thing ever. This goes towards your exam. And then the next year, in the 5th year, when you're in the summer, you're going to be sitting exams. The first thing they'll tell you is, right, you've had your play year. This is really, really important, right? No stone unturned. You've got to really be at it. You've got to really work hard. You can't mess around. You've got to make sure your coursework's done. You've got to make sure you revise and blah, blah. And this is Arteta's 5th year. This is Arteta's GC O-level or GCSE sitting exams year in June next year. This is it. All these people who say, well, give him more time, are deluded. They are absolutely, totally deluded. All right. You can say, well, he hasn't had the transfer window, and Chelsea have got a bigger squad. City have bought Harry Kane and Grealish, and Man United have bought Sancho, and Liverpool have got Van Dijk and Gomez back, and they still got the front 3, including Jota. You can make as many excuses you like. You can talk about Leicester probably getting Edwards and other players. You can make any excuse you like, but I'm going to get this in your little brain, right? That whatever happens, he has to get results this season, all right? So he stopped being a coach. There's no experimentation. Whatever he has in the squad, be it additions, that's fine, but he still has to get results. If he doesn't get the additions, that's tough luck. Because guess what? 8th, then 8th, not acceptable, right? This is not a cross-country run or some sort of like experimental process. This is real life football, right? So I suggest that Mikel Arteta stop being a coach, find an identifiable way of playing, and if it's attacking football, which the players understand, they get them playing that way. Because I always say, clear instructions, clear playing style. Players playing it, not so much playing their position, but to a certain extent, where players know what they're doing, they will play better. And if they play better, they'll get better results because they're playing to their strengths. Yes, there's going to be teams that are going to pick them off. But let's face it, let me remind all those people who think Arteta's got more time. Burnley beat us at home. Aston Villa and Wolves did double over us. Leicester beat us. Everton did the double over us. All right? Everton did the double over us. Tottenham embarrassed us in North London derby. Liverpool did a double over us. Yeah, Liverpool, the team that decided to go, have a siesta.
Six straight losses at home in a row. First time
have
in
a siesta, came and bodied us. All right, do you want me to go on? Oh, yes, we won at Old Trafford. Thank you. Good score. Good score. And we won a Community Shield. Good score. So what? Let's remember what happened last season, and remember that teams who are not on our level beat us comfortably.
Yeah.
Comfortably. So get this in your little brain that we're in a results business, and there's no margin error to Arteta. He has no time.
No fact. Absolute fact.
Kenny, very well said. Yeah.
Big up to everyone watching, over 850 watching live. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Make sure you go and subscribe to my vlog channel. It's pinned to the comments. That's nearly on 5K, 400 short, I think. Make sure you go and subscribe to that right now. The vlog will be dropping tonight. And I went to a place called El Chorro Lakes yesterday. Oh my days, it was stunning. So yeah, that vlog's going to be sick. Make sure you go and follow collins.jez Insta. That link is in the description, along with Kenny Ken 1972 Insta. Listen, we've got about 5-6 minutes left of this show before I jump on with Matisse. Do any of you rate Odegaard? I don't, says Joseph. No, I don't.
What about you guys?
Jez obviously don't. He's shaking his head like, no.
Look, it's not personal against him, but the end of the day, yes, I'm not going to judge him too harshly, because I do think that, players, especially from like Southern Europe, will struggle to acclimatise to our league. And when you play with under Arteta, where handbrake on, handbrake off kind of football, where a player is clearly thrives on attacking football and thrives on us being on the front foot, then you're not going to see the best of him. Not under this manager, and maybe under another manager who's forward thinking, you'll probably see the best of him. But moving forward, I want Auer, because I think Auer's a better player, and he will give us more. And James Maddison obviously knows this league. At the end of the day, you want players. You want when you have British players, the only thing British players have to worry about is adapting to the style of play of the club. They don't have to worry about acclimatising to our league. But players from Southern Europe or Northern Europe, wherever you want to call it, or Scandinavia, they got two things: adapting to our style of play and adapting to the tempo of the league they're playing in. So it's a double whammy, and it takes longer for them to settle, unless they're at it and they start playing well, and the manager gets us playing to our strengths. So for me, I would rather have Auer. Maddison, I think he's a bit of a wazzick personally. I don't think he's particularly. I don't think he's got much pace. But does he know our league? Of course. Is he going to get me 15 goals a season? Well, if he takes all the penalties and the free kicks, maybe. But I would have both of them over Martin Odegaard.
Yeah, mate, I'd take Maddison all day long. I think he's class. Odegaard, nah. 20 odd games and you had one goal. Sorry, not good enough for an attacking forward. An attacking midfielder, sorry, not good enough for me. And not only that, he pushed Smith Rowe out there on the left wing position. And as good as Smith Rowe played for a few games, he's not a proper winger. And you could see that. Yes, I know he's done that and come through youth level in them positions at times as well. But I want to see him at number 10. But again, he shouldn't be our main number 10. He should be a backup number 10. But that's where we are. The fact that we're relying on a 20-year-old. I think he just turned 21 the other day, actually. We're relying on a 21-year-old to be the main boy in attacking midfield. That sums up the decline of this football club in one hit. But yeah, big up to everybody watching. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I'm going to have to wrap this up. I will be live with Matisse, Toby, and Corey in 6 minutes. Well, I'll probably be later than that, because lateness is greatness, according to Matisse. I should know, actually. I'm always late. So yeah, we'll be live on there. We're going to be talking about the game today, no doubt. Tottenham are obviously signing a decent centre half, and yeah, I think they're signing. What's his name? It was on the tip of my tongue a minute ago. The geezer out in Italy. What's his name? Chat help. Can't remember his name, but yeah, he's decent, man. He was. I think he got voted the best centre back in the league last season.
You know what? Sorry to cut you, right? Do you think Spurs fans are going to give Espirito Santo a transition year? You're damn right they're not. You know what I mean?
do you think, yeah, that if West Ham, for example, start off with 4 straight losses, do you not think Moyes is on the verge of the sack? Of course he is.
Of course he is.
And he got him into Europe for the first time in how long? Do you know what I mean? It's mad.
They don't really they don't really fully trust Moyes anyway. They West Ham fans, talk about the academy style, and they like to play attacking football. Moyes isn't exactly attacking football, is he?
No, that's true, man. But listen, big up to everyone watching. Make sure you smack the likes through the roof. There's not enough likes on this video, which is a disgrace. You lot are moving like a Mikel Arteta Arsenal team right now. 200 likes. Make sure you subscribe to the channel that's pinned at the top of the comments. The vlog's dropping later. And then everyone asking in the chat what channel I'm going on now, type in MAH on YouTube and you'll find it. MAH. And yeah, you'll see it's Matisse's channel. We'll be live on there in 5. Big up, guys. Have a nice weekend, Jez and Kenny. Appreciate it. Chig was MIA again. I don't know if he was up watching UFC last night or saying, I don't know.
Probably.
But yeah, all have a wicked Sunday. And yeah, we're out of here. I'll Arteta out.